MBG will be playing Ghost of Yotei. He folded so fast after getting pushback from ponies. Wow, it's almost like it's a cult, right? It's almost like it's a hive mindset, right? Let's see what our boy MBG has to say, right? MBG, the big fanboys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They pushed him into a corner, right? Like I said, he's elite. He's one of the generals. How did he not know? They need you now more than ever, MBG. You can't just turn your back on them, right?
I'm going to play it. I told everybody. I told everybody that, look, man, without going too deep into it, I didn't quite anticipate.
Oh, and why don't you want to go deep into it? Pause. And here's the thing. I'm not gonna let me go ahead and pull this up, right? Because this is gonna help me build my case, right? Let me go ahead and pull this shit up. So now you don't want to go deep into it. Interesting. Oh, pause. Because 5 days ago, I'll be passing on Ghost of Yotei, right? Unless Sucker Punch does something, which, you know, we're going to get into that. But you got 16,000 views, right? You got 16,000 views. You know, it seemed like it was a good little avenue for you to talk about it. And I don't blame you, brother. I talked about it, right? It was interesting. Everyone was talking about it. But now you don't want to talk about it. Interesting, MBG, right? My boy said, seems like Kirk wasn't that important to him. Or wasn't that important? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He can't miss that 110 poll title of the year. I agree, brother. He literally goes back on everything he says. Yes, the walking contradiction, right? But I find it odd that you don't want to go deep into it now. You did a whole 5-hour stream the other day.
That when I decided to talk about that, people took that.
And shout out to Kazak Badosh. Yeah, I was going to get into this. Sucker Punch did nothing. Sony fired that outspoken dev 100%. Yeah, they didn't release a statement or anything. Yeah, but he didn't want the dev to be fired. Yes. We documented it. He said he didn't want the dev fired. He didn't want anyone to lose their job. They haven't done anything. All we've seen is that the person tweeted that they got fired. And then she turned around and doubled down on the shit. And there's still people that work for that company that like that tweet, right? And like I said, I'm going to still probably play the game when it comes to PC. I don't expect you not to play the game. You have a whole PlayStation love shrine behind you, brother. We all knew you were going to play the game, but I'm just saying you really did kind of shoot yourself in the foot by getting out here, you know, engagement farming, making it seem like you weren't going to play the game. That's all I'm saying. You had no reason to do that. Lono talked shit about the dev, but he never said he wasn't going to play the PlayStation game. It was a bad look for you, right? I finally saw what the dev said. Not going to lie. Low key, it was funny. I didn't think it was funny at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that shit was lame. I think the joke was lame within itself. I didn't think it was funny. And I also think it was distasteful for her to make that joke in that time, right? I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying, like, I think it was in bad taste.
Very much as a political declaration. And looking back on it, it's like, okay, I guess I understand why. It wasn't meant to be that. But the thing that I kept saying over and over again is, if Sucker Punch does something, to me it doesn't matter what it is, but they need to do something.
What do you mean it doesn't matter what it is, but you want them to do something? What? That's a contradiction within themselves. And they did nothing. They haven't done anything. All we've gotten was a tweet that, you know, she got fired. And for all we know, she probably got a nice little severance package. We haven't heard anything from Naughty Dog. All they did was just not post their trailer on X. And their shit is getting bombed on YouTube into oblivion, right? With the dislike ratio. I showed you guys that plenty of times tonight. So I don't know.
To let me know that they're aware of what's going on and they're going to take some kind of action. As long as they do that, they will still have my support, because that's, truthfully, I feel like that's all I could reasonably ask for.
Wait a minute. Did he say that they made a statement? What? Let me pull this back a little bit, because I'm pretty sure they haven't done anything.
To let me know that they're aware of what's going on and they're going to take some kind of action. As long as they do that.
Okay, but they haven't posted any statement, right? At least Microsoft came out and said, we're going to investigate those claims, even though that sounds like a nothing burger. I don't think they're going to do anything, right? I don't think anybody's going to get fired, and I think that's bullshit. But nonetheless, I don't know. It's not looking too good.
They will still have my support, because that's, truthfully, I feel like that's all I could reasonably ask for. And they did. They did. And, you know, this is where I'm saying, like, a lot of people are pissed at me. And I understand why.
Well, to be fair, did just now, just now they fired some dudes? Well, here's the thing. What I'm saying is they didn't make an official statement. They didn't step out and condone it. Everything that's happened, and that's what I'm saying. They haven't stepped up and said, hey, we fired this employee, right? Like, maybe I'm being picky, but I'm just saying they haven't made an official statement. All I've seen is just that they tweeted. Like, whenever I've seen people say that the dev who said it got fired, it's just based off of her tweet saying that, you know, she got fired and she'll do it again. Who knows, bro? You've seen all these videos of tons of thousand people getting fired lately. Yeah, that is true. I won't be discussing this on chat. Anyone? Yeah. If you guys have some, if you guys want to debate, I have nothing wrong with you guys debating, but do it in the Discord, right? We got a place for it. No kissing.
And I'm not, look, man, I'm not going to apologize for taking the stance I did because I know why I did. And I am a little bit surprised to see that a lot of people don't seem to understand why I did.
Why not? Why not? Why not? You have a PlayStation cold audience, right? I'm not trying to talk shit about his audience, but I mean, he was talking shit about, oh no, it's Alex audience, right? But nonetheless, I mean, dude, you have a PlayStation fanatic audience. You're in a PlayStation bubble. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't understand why people don't understand that, right? My boy said, we know too. We know why too, brothers. Super chats. Exactly. And they were raining in.
But people who are like upset with me, it's like, look, man, I don't want to see the game do poorly. I don't put myself, and I think this is why some people are mad at me. I think people basically took that as I'm now going to be a radical individual where everything.
Oh my, dude. Get the brother. You condone somebody celebrating a father getting killed. Nobody's gonna look at you like you're a fucking radical. What are you talking about? Oh my God, like this guy is dramatic. Like, holy shit, dog. Like, I don't know, man. I guess they're probably coming at you because it just seems a little bit fake and it comes off a little bit performative, right? Because you were making it seem like you weren't gonna buy the game and that you weren't okay with the game, right? You could have just talked about it, right? I hope this is a learning lesson for you more than anything, MBG. You could have just talked about the game, right? I'd say, look at Lono. I mean, you rip off everything else that he does. Look at Lono. Look at what Lono did. Lono didn't say he wasn't going to play the game, but you wanted to say you weren't going to play the game unless they did something, and I'm saying technically they haven't. Right? Everything that we've heard is just happenstance, right? They haven't made an official statement. I'm just saying.
I'm only seeing things through this singular lens. And now every game I talk about and every topic I talk about and everything going forward is just going to be viewed through that lens because we see that happen with many people. And we're not going down the rabbit hole. I'm just simply here to explain that that's not what this is. That's not what that was. And that's not what this is. And it's not what.
Oh, buddy, we know what it was. We know what it was. And let me pull it back up. All right, because I'm going to keep on pulling it back up. I'm going to keep on hitting them over the head with it. 1 second. I think I actually closed it. I'm going to keep pulling it up. We know exactly what it was. And I'm going to shout it out because I like to see you shine, MBG, right? Even though they want to say that I'm a hater, right? I like to see you shine, MBG. And I think you really shined that day. I really did. I think it was a great stream. I mean, I'm just looking at the views. You got 16,000 views, buddy. Let me see how many likes to dislikes he got, though. 844 likes, 197 dislikes. I mean, that's a lot better than what you usually receive. You had the backwards hat on, right? Yeah, poor little me. Like, buddy, listen, you made a video, you gave your opinion, you got your super chats, just roll with it, buddy. Now, I think you stepped too far. I think, like I said, it comes off a little bit performative saying, I'll be passing on Ghost of Yotei. I knew that was bullshit before I even clicked on it. I said, oh, this nigga's lying his ass off. We knew you were going to play the game, MBG. But you're flip-flopping in like, you're flip-flopping in a week. Like, damn, dog. This is insane. But, you know, shout out to my boy Greedy Lucci, man. He said it the best, bro. This guy be flipping like a pancake. MBG said he's not going to buy the game, but he didn't say he's not going to play the game. My boy said he didn't say he was not going to play the game. Maybe he will ask his viewers to send the game as a gift. Yo, you were funny as fuck, Vinci. That would be funny if he did a parody as. Oh my god, this shit is hilarious, man. Oh shit, I'm not trying to watch this shit. Let me lower it. I'm gonna keep on coming back to this.
Will be. And I understand that with me tackling that the way I did, the whataboutisms present themselves. What about this? What about that? And I just try to be honest with people and let them know that, look, man, I'm just one person and I'm not connected to everything that's going on all the time. And I understand that there's no reason for me to make my moral stance on everything. I don't think anybody's.
But that's what you did. That's what you did. That's what you opened the door up to. And I don't know, man. You make it seem like you know everything about PlayStation, right? When you be reading these earning reports and shit like that, when you be going off on people, you make it seem like you're Mr. PlayStation, right? You know everything else about the PlayStation. Reforge probably got a code for Yotei. Nah, he's still begging for that shit, right? Yeah, womp, womp, womp. Yeah, just poor him. Poor him. Like, dude, why are you crying? You made a fucking YouTube video, dog. It's not the end of the world. Holy shit. This is what I mean. Is it because he talks shit about a Sony game? Oh no. Are they trying to kick you out of the code? Are you kicked out of the Sony fan club, right? Did you lose a rank? Are you no longer a general, right? Did they demote you? I mean, goddamn, buddy, you just gave your fucking opinion, right? He won't this version of the game, but the remaster in 3 months, yes. This guy's insane.
I don't think anybody wants to do that because how can you do that reasonably? I don't think you can.
My boy said, I mean, I'm kind of boycotting it. I don't have a PlayStation.
In today's day and age, there's simply too much information at any given time. But this was just one particular time where it felt, it felt pretty direct. It felt pretty direct and like this is something that I'm.
Oh, buddy, you seen where everybody was going with it, and you got caught up. You got hyped, and you went out there and you made a stream. And like I said, buddy, you shined. It was a great stream. You had 16,000 viewers, right? 16,000 views. Like this might be. I don't know, buddy. This might be your thing, right? Like this might be your calling, right? I've seen people say he's like a Timu Tim Pool, right? Like this might be an arc for you, buddy. Like I don't know, man. Get that viewership, buddy.
Literally covering on my channel
because this PlayStation exclusivity shit that you've been spitting about. I don't think that's gonna last too much longer, dog.
And people were talking about like how come you're not boycotting like Microsoft or something. It's like, well, to be honest, because I'm not paying as much attention to Microsoft.
Stop the cap, buddy. Stop the cap, buddy. You talk about Microsoft every day.
I saw that they have a whole thing going on with their entire company. I don't know what that's about, but it seems like it's.
Did Marlon ever say he was going to boycott it? I need to go back. I know he definitely, to be honest with you, Doc, he was preaching about it, like literally preaching, talking about the Lord and everything, getting real religious about it. So it was somewhat interesting, but I didn't even go into it because it's like I get my PlayStation news from Marlon,
Pretty fucking serious over there. And I'm like, yeah, I hope they do what they need to do.
But you don't want anybody to get fired.
If it's that bad.
If it's that bad. Buddy, what do you mean if it's that bad? It was bad enough originally with Ghost of Yotei for you to make a stream saying you were going to pass on it, right? And like I said, and you shine. You shine. I'm giving you a W. I think that was a W stream, MBG. I think that was a W. It reminded me of when he was talking shit about Concord, right? And people were showing up. I don't know. Really, King? Pay Reforge extra? Oh, who's old Marlon said did somebody say pay Reforge extra? I'm like, where that at?
But I'm not paying much attention. Like I'm hearing about all these different Xbox developers. It's like, I get it, but I'm not paying nearly as much attention.
Oh, why don't you talk about them? Shit, you guys see, I sure did talk about them. I think they're fucking weirdos. I think they're weirdos, and I think they should get fired, right? I know there's going to be people who disagree with me. I mean, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is, right? I respect their opinion, right? They have the right to agree with me. Why not just give your true opinion? It's almost like your opinions have to, like, fit this weird list as this criteria, right? For you to be this PlayStation general. I don't know, man. It seems like maybe you're just being fake. I don't know.
Because I don't care as much. And that's just the truth, man. I don't care necessarily about Microsoft products as much.
You could have fooled me. Could have fooled me, buddy. I see you talk about Microsoft products all the time.
And that's the thing is I just think that in order for me to take a stance like that, it's got to be something that's pretty, pretty egregious, I would say. But I get a lot of people are like, well, why make all the devs suffer? Why make the entire team suffer?
Because they're corrupted. What the fuck is going on? Did this shit just freeze?
Because
Oh wow, it didn't just freeze. He just had a brain fart. He's talking about why make the devs suffer. I mean, all the devs don't need to be a suffer, but if you were attached to that shit, there's gonna be consequences for your actions. What's wrong with that, right? My boy said he makes his audience suffer. On God,
of one or two or three individuals that they can't control what they say. And there's the whole freedom of speech argument, and I get it.
shout out to Ball Cherry Ball. I think he just doesn't have a real stance. He was just going with what he thought would be the right opinion for his audience. Exactly. And it backfired. And I don't even think it backfired. It was a good stream. I just don't, but he just can't take the criticism. He can't take the heat. And that's what's so peculiar about this guy, right? Because he's done good. He's built an audience. But whenever he gets a lot of engagement or whatever, which is weird because he engagement farms, he just flip flops.
I understand.
Yeah, shout out to Draquan Holmes. Yeah, get him out of the industry. I agree.
All of it, mostly. I mean, there's a few things I've seen where I'm like, I don't understand where you're coming from, but generally speaking, I understand. And it's just like, look, man, I just can't help it. Like
Dan Gilberry, he's trying to convince himself. Yeah, we're seeing it live, dude. Like these are therapy cope sessions. This is what I'm saying. This is what MBG provides. That's just like only him. Like every single time I see this dude, he is emotionally going through it. Right? We always get a fucking therapy cope session out of this guy. Like it just nonstop. It's insane, right? Like Alex said about MBG, he's not made for this. Yeah, he's not at all, right? He's not at all. Like literally the people that critiqued him, he could have played into it. He could have played into it. And if anything, the 16,000 people that enjoyed your previous stream, they may have showed up again and watched you again. Like, dude, you don't know how to build up the momentum. You can still talk about PlayStation. You can still glaze PlayStation. I mean, holy shit, even if somebody didn't know who the fuck you were, they would look at you. They would see the PlayStation cases. They would see the PlayStation sign. They would see the PlayStation poster. They'd be like, holy shit, this guy's a PlayStation fanboy. You're not going to lose the identity of your channel because you talked about something fucking different. Like, buddy, you talk about Xbox all the time, and everybody still knows you're a PlayStation fanboy. But I mean, then again, all the PlayStation fanboys talk about Xbox. I just don't understand why he's so upset about this. I don't see what he did wrong. It was just freedom of speech. Like, it's weird.
There's just some shit where it's like, bro, this isn't about politics. Like, this isn't about...
He got the convictions of wet plastic bags in a tomato and a tornado. Yeah, exactly. It's like, but I don't know. I think it is a little bit political. I definitely think it was in that vein, MBG. I don't know about that one.
Race or gender or ethnicity. It's not about.
There was definitely some undertones of that. MBG. What the fuck? Or did you just not know that and you talked about it, not knowing that those elements were going to show up? Like what?
Not any of that. Like this is just about like, bro, it's about decency. That's all it's about.
Oh, nigga,
it's all that was about. But
number one rule of shit talking: if you can make fun of yourself, no one else can beat you out. Dude, I love it when people talk shit about me. For real, for real. This is why I don't attach myself to the right or the left, because both sides are full of bullshit. Both sides pop off and spew foul shit. I'm too old to get outraged. Exactly. And I'm in the same camp, right? And people will come at us. Oh, you're just a fence sitter, this and that. You won't choose a side. You're a part of the problem. You just sit back and watch. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I am a part of the problem. I lean into it, right? Yes, I am. You're right. You're right. I am a part of the problem. It's funny, man.
That's why. It's like I thought I was being as fair as I could, while being true to myself, which is like, I want to play your game. I think this game looks great.
Oh, we know you wanted to play it, and that's why I knew it was hard for you, buddy. And I was praying for you all the time. My boy said, "I am the problem." Yeah, we're the problem, for real, for real.
And I'm hyped for Yotei, dude. I'm hyped for Sucker Punch and what because I haven't seen anything of the game.
My boy said, the B-Rabbit method. Yeah, I am white. Oh, let me not say that. You niggas are gonna run with that and say, "Oh, you see, Six? He just admitted he's white."
And that makes me go, "Whoa, I don't know about that. Everything I've seen, I'm like, this is up my alley, man. I like this.
Oh, dude, all you saw was the fucking PlayStation logo. What you mean everything I seen? Buddy, what the hell did they showed us? They barely showed you guys shit. You guys just seen gameplay like goddamn a week ago, right? And it looked like they just put a whole bunch of bullshit in it with the gun and everything. I'm not too much of a fan of what they seen. Like, what is he talking about? My boy said clipped. I know. I'm cooked now.
And then I saw this one thing, and I'm like, oh, I don't. You know, it made me take pause and take a big step back and be like, sucker punch. So
Oh, not a big step, a little baby step back, right? But you played it up like it was a big step, and I think that's where the problem lies, because you said that you were gonna pass on the game when everybody knew that you weren't. That's where the problem lies. You said you were gonna pass on Ghost of Yotei, and everybody knew that was bullshit, right? And you couldn't fool us, right? You may have been able to fool a few people. It seems like you fooled the ponies, right? Because they were upset about you, but I don't know. My boy said MBG time, yeah.
Tony, like, dude, like, what is that, man? You know, like, what is that shit?
It's your first time seeing some shit like that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I doubt this, nigga. You be on Twitter all the time. It's the first time you seen some shit like that from a game dev.
I saw, you know, somebody left me a comment and they were like, you know, you helped end somebody's career. like I hope you're happy about that or something.
Yeah, buddy, this is what we've been telling you. You have an audience full of PlayStation fanboys. Yes. They're on your ass. They're defending Ghost of Yotei. Yes. Get with the program, buddy. You're their fucking leader, buddy. Oh, you better do the song and dance. You better support PlayStation. They're like, what the fuck are you doing, MBG? Friendly fire. This is the audience that you built, buddy. Turn around and look at your PlayStation shrine. No shit, you got your audience people calling you out and shit. Of course. Of course they are, nigga. PlayStation's their anthem. Their ride or die. No cheat code can ever make them switch sides, right? My boy said good. MBG, W, we get him out of here. Yeah. But it looks like he's walking it back now.
Or whatever. And it's like, dude, I wasn't the one saying that they need to be fired in order to make this okay.
Now that is fair. He did say that they didn't need to get fired. And I lost respect for you there. Because then it was like, what do you want them to do? Do you want them just to call them in office and say, hey, you're not supposed to do that, wag a finger at them? I think they definitely should have gotten fired. My boy said, what a soy. Yeah, I know. This reeks of fucking soy energy, right? And this is the guy who wants to talk about Astro Cuck. Like, if this doesn't scream cuck, I don't know what does.
I wasn't the one saying that. But, you know, the reality is that person doubled and tripled down on what they said, even after they got fired.
Yeah, and you don't want them to get fired, right? and if you've seen that, then why are you flip-flopping then? Yeah. My boy said a write-up. Yeah, he just wanted a write-up, right? Man, his viewer think he's Donald Trump. He can end someone's career. Yeah, I know. He thinks that MBG's got all the power. What the fuck? That's a great point.
You know, and so it's like,
fuck him. Hey, fuck him. Just say it. Just say fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck the comment.
I'm not happy about any of it.
Oh, we know. We know you were hurt.
Because I said so is a perfectly valid response to all that nonsense.
Yes, because I fucking said so. Stick your chest out, MBG. Be a man. Yes. Look at this. He's just looking. Look at this. Look at the look on his face. He's like, be a man. Be assertive. State my real opinion. Look, his brain just goes on the fritz. All that's missing is just a little fly to go in his ear.
So it was a perfectly valid response to all that nonsense.
He just needs a fly to go in the ear. Look at his face. Look at him. Just frozen.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man.
My boy said clip to Sig's admitting the truth. What are these? I don't even know.
And like,
my boy said, with great power comes great responsibility. MBG, for real, for real. Yeah, have some balls. Yeah, exactly.
It has gotten very crazy out there, man. People are truly coming undone.
You hear ponies talk like Sony can give Microsoft orders. Yeah, for real, for real. I mean, I don't know.
And it's freaking me out a little bit. It's freaking me out where it's like, dude, I
You'll be all right.
understand
You'll be all right, MBG.
now more than ever why people want to bury their head in the sand, because it's like, holy shit, it's becoming insane.
Oh, but you didn't do that. You didn't. You. What did I say? I told you guys I was gonna keep on bringing this up. You didn't do that though. Shit, you didn't do that. You said that you'll be passing on Ghost to Yotei unless Sucker Punch does something. And you got 16,000 views, 700. Damn, 796 comments, dude. This shit was a hit. This shit is a hit. Why aren't you talking about this shit more, MBG? Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, wouldn't that be funny if it's like, wow, that's his like new angle, talking shit about Sony? Oh my God, and he wouldn't even be willing to do it. He wouldn't even be willing to do it because it's Sony. Like, dog, what the fuck? Six, do you think it's because he's muscle bound? It could be, man. I mean, goddamn.
It feels like a fucking civil war is about to erupt.
His girlfriend's boyfriend told him to quiet it down. Damn.
And I don't know, like a cold civil war, is that a thing? I don't know what the
yeah. Just and look, I'm in the same boat. Don't just stop with the politics, MBG. That's not your forte, right? And I'm in the same boat. Just stop, MBG. My boy said a cold civil war. Stop it.
Call it, but
where are the muscles? He looks kind of fluffy. Yeah, he's definitely pudgy, right?
I understand why a lot of people just want to avoid it because it's hard. It's hard to reason with people when they are this passionate. And I'm using the term passionate loosely. But I think you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's
oh yeah, you're pussing out. You wanted to talk about it. And I seen people who are like excited about you talking about it. You tune into the stream and now you're just throwing them to the wayside. You're doing the same thing you did with Concord. When Concord came out, you went on your whole little anti-woke kick, right? I thought that you were going to take that avenue because you were getting good views. But then when they came for my Ghost to Yotei, when they came for my Intergalactic, you clutched your pearls, right? And you threw your audience, your newfound audience, to the side. You even said it yourself when you were crashing out. You said you shedded that audience. All because they started criticizing my PlayStation. You know, I think you learned a valuable lesson about fucking sensationalism, right? About engagement farming, right? Like you definitely did, right? Just don't cap and say you're not going to play the game when you are, right? And I think that shit's whack anyways. If we're all gamers, if somebody wants to play the fucking game, then play the fucking game, right? And if somebody thinks you're a piece of shit because you supported a game that had a dev that says something, okay, if you don't give a fuck, then tell them to go fuck themselves. Who cares? It's a video game, right? I know that's what I was doing with Hogwarts Legacy when niggas told me, oh, you're supporting this and that. I told them, hey, go fuck themselves.
Crazy out there, man. I wouldn't take any of that personally, bro. Personal accountability is lacking in youth today. And I'm not, you know, it's sometimes there's a few times I read a couple things where I'm like, damn. But then I just realized that it's like, you know what? The only thing I can do is just respect people's decisions. And I don't want to be that.
Oh, let me be petty. But what about people's decision to buy an Xbox? What about people's decision to be on Game Pass and to save money? It seems like you don't respect that decision, right? I'm just saying.
I don't want to be that type of hypocrite. I don't want to be a hypocrite in general, but I definitely don't want to be
my boy Xbox is king. Yeah, you're right. But I really think it just boils down to being fake, really. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think he's very performative. You can definitely tell he wants people to like him. And when they don't, it upsets him. You know what I mean? And I think that's the worst way to be, especially if you're going to be on the internet. Sony could probably make their money if they added Concord to Game Pass. Hey, I don't know. I don't think people would play that shit for free. But hey, what do I know, right?
The type of person that's like, you need to respect my decision, but I'm not going to respect yours. I can't do that. Like, to me, that is what too many people do right now.
Oh, but you don't respect Astro Cyborg's opinion. I'm gonna have to go back in his video history. Maybe he had muscles back in the day. I don't know. Maybe he did, but he does look a little bit on the softer side. Like he seems real squishy. Pause.
You know?
Okay.